So we start at the karate chop point under the line at the base of the pinky. Even though I'm feeling this old fear of having a conversation with someone who's reactive. I love myself. And I accept my fearful self in the mix. Even though I'm feeling old, familiar dread at a strong personality reacting to something we need to talk about. I am here with myself. I accept all my feelings. I accept the validity of what I want to say. And I love myself. Even though a part of me wishes there were no fear with reactive human beings, I accept where I am in this journey. I completely love myself. Okay, let's go to the crown. Right now, I can see the long chain backwards of hard conversations with scary or eruptive people. And if there's something specific, say that specific thing to yourself. Controlling angry men, authority figures, whatever it is. And then anytime you're not talking, stay with the breath. Come back to consciously feeling the breath. Let's go to the inner eyebrow. I don't like that I don't like myself when I'm afraid of someone else's big reactivity. Outer eye. I do not want to turn it against myself when I feel their angry energy coming at me. Under the eye, upper cheekbone. I really wish I didn't take it personally at all. They're in their stuff. They're actually in some sort of self-protection, some sort of asserting their power that they feel wobbly about. Under the nose. But I do take it personally, and I hate that. Chin point. I want to soothe my fearful self, but sometimes I judge my fearful self. And I feel critical of my fearful self. And I'm really rejecting my fearful self. I don't want that one here. Under the clavicle round. I especially don't want to Let the fear stop me from speaking. Stop me from saying what needs to be said. Stop me from asking for what I want. And I have allowed myself to be silenced by my fear. A side of the rib, one hand's width under the base of the armpit, or at the bra strap point, if you will. I also really hate the anticipation of these conversations. I don't like how the dread gathers, how I make myself more and more fearful instead of more confident and clear about what I want to say or ask for. That was long. I'm going to break it down a little. I don't like allowing dread to amplify the fear. I don't like creating more confusion as I dread. I really prefer getting clearer and clearer. Let's go to the crown. First, I want to acknowledge that this is all normal human stuff. I am not the first to be fearful of having conversations with explosive people. Inner eyebrow. Right now, I want to just look back at scenes or the faces of my younger self, my child self, my teen self, my tween self. And just love that one who got scared, who felt the dread. Those other people were bigger and had more power. Side of the eye. Right now, I continue looking at my younger self with compassion and breathing that one in their fear. Under the eye. Right now, I soothe my younger self. Sweetheart, in an ideal world, no big, powerful person would let themselves be that scary with you. Under the nose. In a more ideal world, those people would have admitted their fear. But maybe they didn't even have that awareness. Chin point. Like every child, sweetheart, you were at the mercy of the grown-ups around you. Under the clavicle round. Or at the mercy of more powerful kids who had other strategies or were a little older or whatever it was. Please keep breathing. Side of the ribs. But none of it was your fault, little one. None of it was deserved. None of it was based on the truth of who you were or of even what was going on at the time. Round point. Nothing you did ever deserved those explosive reactions. Inner eyebrow. In a more ideal world, what you had to say would have had just as much room. Outer eye. In an ideal world, you would have been invited to speak. You would have been encouraged to say any hard thing. You would have been praised for telling what felt to you like the truth. Under the eye. That's not the world we live in. It's okay that planet Earth is as it is. Under the nose. What we do get is contrasting experiences. They teach us what we do and don't want, what we intend, what we're after. Chin point. I love that I prefer not exploding. I honor my preference for respectful conversations. I love making room for others to speak as much as I do. I love listening to whatever someone really needs to bring forth. Under the clavicle round. And there's still an explosive person in my world, or people. And I like the vision that even that could fall away as I get more clear. But it's okay that they're here. And I really love that that's not how I behave. I really prefer what I prefer. And I can use them to remind me of that. Side of the ribs. I want to get better and better at speaking whatever I need to say. Round point. And I want to be spacious with myself, whether others are or not. Inner eyebrow. I hold the validity of what I have to say. I honor the validity of what I'd like to ask for. Side of the eye. I honor myself by speaking it. It doesn't even have to be fully formed. Under the eye. It doesn't have to come out just right. It can't be stated perfectly because that doesn't even exist. Under the nose. Right now, I claim my right to have imperfect conversations in which I tell what feels true to me. And ask for what right now I want. Chin point. I actually know how to ground myself and breathe during a hard conversation. I'm breathing right now and grounding right now. My calm self and my fearful self can be in the same event, the same moment. Under the clavicle round. And I can lose track of and keep calling back my connection to my body and breath. I know how to do that. I'm willing to keep practicing it forever. Side of the ribs. I know when I'm ready to leave a conversation. And right now, I claim my right to leave anytime. Whatever the other is doing or thinks about my leaving or staying. Round point. I'd like to get really clear about what is and isn't mine to control. And I know some of that clarity comes through the experiencing, through noticing when it feels off and course correcting. Inner eyebrow. I am willing to get it wrong, but I am not willing to stay quiet. Side of the eye. I am willing to speak up briefly and then leave because right now I'm done with your reaction already. Under the eye. I am willing to repeat myself endlessly if needed. Under the nose. I am willing to leave a scene or ask someone else to leave. I'm willing to hang up a phone, whether they are ready for me to or not. I don't have to slam a phone down to just end it. I'm willing to call in authorities if it comes to such a thing. Chin point. I'm willing to not respond to the content of what someone angry is yelling at me. I can just say what I want to say. Under the clavicle round. I'm willing for people to be angry with my authentic self. And even with my fearful self, my unclear self, my wobbly self, my crystal clear self. You can get angry with me because your anger isn't about me. Side of the ribs. And where I get confused with that again, or where I lose track of it because of the visceral felt sense of my own fear, I'm willing to meet myself kindly, soothe myself, get myself out of a scene, consider adjustment of boundaries, consider new choices and decisions on my end. Those are things I can control. Okay, we're going to end at the crown. It's really helpful to remember I don't have to figure this whole thing out. I love myself. I love my willingness to show up for myself and others. I love the grounding and breath work I've done. I love that it's accessible to me all the time. I'm willing to be afraid again. I'm willing to interrupt dread and remind myself that I just need clarity and presence in the actual conversation. In presence, I know whether to leave or stay. In presence, I breathe. In presence, I keep telling the truth. And in presence, I learn some things. In presence, I move toward what feels better and better and better. Now let's drop our hands down. And I like to cup one hand inside the other, but just find your relaxed body. Follow the breath, feel it, feel the reverberations of the tapping. And just take note right now of what feels better, softer, more grounded, more spacious. And just let it be okay to be a work in progress and come back and tap before and after any hard conversation. Bring yourself out gently in your right timing.